SVP and Russillo, Channel 83 on Sirius XM. The numbers over there are insane, so we appreciate those of you who are finding us via satellite radio. We're presented by Progressive Insurance. My one big thing, what the Philadelphia 76ers are doing is unacceptable. They stink, and they're not trying not to stink. How is that okay? And why should it continue to not only be permitted, but in a sense rewarded? Commissioner Silver wrote an op-ed piece in the New York Times where he said gambling should be legalized on pro sports, which means I like Commissioner Silver. You should be able to bet on sports. You should be able to bet on them. They should be legal. What should not be legal is to charge people $1,600 to sit courtside to watch an organization that clearly is not trying to win games. And the Philadelphia 76ers organization, make no mistake, is not trying to win games. After spending all of last year quite successfully trying not to win games. They won 19 last year out of 82. How many years consecutively can you tank before it is the only thing that you are either capable of or interested in doing? What's the goal? In a free agent draft lottery cap space puzzle that is the current NBA, what's your goal? Philadelphia has lost every game it has played thus far, all 8. Last night in Dallas, the 76ers did not score 76 points, and they lost by 53. It was the Mavericks' largest margin of victory ever, and it could have been worse. The Mavs led late in the game by 58. 58 points. College basketball starts tonight. There'll be teams you have never heard of who get crushed. They have no business being on the floor with a team that they'll be playing from the Power Conference, but their business is to take the check and go on home, and they won't lose by 53 points. And they don't even compete on the same level. Division II, Division III, NAIA, whatever they are, they won't lose that badly. There are only 30 teams in the NBA. 30. There's no excuse for one of them to be this incompetent. I genuinely feel badly for Brett Brown, their coach. What's he supposed to do? Draw up some cool pick and roll on the whiteboard? After they lost, he said, quote, "It's like water dropping on your forehead. There's no place to hide." I feel badly for the players on the team. Nobody with a pulse or any professional pride wants to be a part of this, but this is who and what they are. They drafted a player in Joel Embiid who's injured. They drafted a player who's going to stay over in Europe. Last year, they drafted a guy that was injured, didn't play him at all either. He's playing this year. Poor Nerlens Noel. And I sat at my computer last night and I wondered, how are they marketing this? What is it you sell? So I opened up the Philadelphia 76ers ticket website and I found out you can join something called the Franklin Club, which guarantees in bold types all sorts of amenities and discounts and cool stuff that being in a club that you have to pay for affords you. I quote, "We guarantee you the first right to purchase 76ers playoff tickets in Wells Fargo home playoff games." Man, it takes some stones to write that down. Alongside the guarantee that you get a lanyard that gets me the fast pass to the concession lane so I can stuff my face with a hot dog that I puke as I watch my team get smashed. You also do get a VIP entrance into the building. I can buy playoff tickets. How about first you put forth a team that can win a game? Let's start there. I don't know why this bugs me. It shouldn't, but it does. And part of it's that Philadelphia is not it's a great sports town. And it just seems nuts that the billions that the league is handed by its TV partners gets divvied up and Philadelphia should get any of it. How do you reward this? If I'm the commissioner and one of my teams is doing this and I'm unable to relegate them, I think I'd like to know just some kind of a game plan. How long is it that you expect to be horrible? And how long do you expect a great sports town to just put up with this? Maybe the commissioner wants to legalize betting so that he can bet on whoever's playing against the 76ers. Because right now, Adnan, they're not betting on themselves.
Boom. And yet, Tony Roten is 17th in the league in scoring. 20.5 a game. I'm with you, man. One of the bigger frustrations of all the images from last night was seeing two dudes reading the newspaper. And they're down by 40. A, who still reads the newspaper? And then B, doing it at a professional event. And I think of the fact, you and I are both dads. I think about disposable income and how when you get older, your kids want to go to games and stuff. How on earth can you take like your children to a Sixers game and try to tell them this is actual entertainment? That the price of admission for these things is getting more and more expensive as it goes on. When you add parking and food and all the rest of it, who wants to spend more than $10 to go watch a Sixers game?
You have to just try, man. And I don't know Collins, the local psychologist, about culture and all this stuff, but in this case, I do think that the AAU culture, which values getting your own attention for your own self, so that you can attract the high-level coach, so that you can ultimately make it to the league, and you play 20 games over the course of a weekend, devalues the importance of winning. Guys the best players that come out of that system, they don't care if they win. It's not about winning. And so you graduate from that to, say, a college program where maybe you win some. You go to a high-level program you're going to expect to win, but then you get to the pros, so you've realized the end game of what you set out to do, and you never really learn to care more about winning than losing, and now you've made it to the pros and you don't win, but your organization doesn't seem to care about winning. How do you reasonably expect that the Noels, the Michael Carter-Williams, the guys that you get, the Embiids, that 2 years from now they're just going to have any sense of the value of winning or how to do it?
Right, you can't just flip the switch, theoretically.
I don't think.
And imagine, like, the home fans. Listen, you're from the D.C., Maryland area. You saw some lean years of the Orioles. Like, there were times, being from Toronto, where your team stinks, you go to watch the other team.
Mm-hmm.
That's like that all the time for Philadelphia. It's not, let's go watch the Sixers. It's, hey, let's go see Melo and the Knicks. Hey, let's go see Pau Gasol and the Bulls. Like that is a terrible statement for your fan base, and the best option is to see the other team's superstar.
And you're Philly. You got a trophy case. You got memories. You've had
Dr.
a franchise,
J,
of course.
probably.
Philly's catching 17 tonight in Houston. You want to take them? I'm laying them. Remember when we opened up a book here? You can have them. All you want. All right, coming up next. Best weekend.